All right. Damn, bro, you just backed out just as we went live, man. What happened, Matty? I lost your screen. Anyway, let me get into the camera. What's up, everybody? We back. We back with another live, man. I don't know what happened. It was technical difficulties. I was trying to react to that video. I see Matt's back, so I'm gonna pull him up stage. So I guess without further ado, right? If you don't know who I am, my name is Bobby Lucas, aka B Luke, aka this, and that, right? The Luke Ness Monster, whatever the hell you want to call me, but just don't call me broke, right? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, let me introduce my guy. I got someone special on the phone too. So first of all, let's introduce Matty real quick.
What the fuck is up? In the place to be. The Bounce Back Podcast, baby. What's
Yes,
up,
sir. With
bro?
okay. And Maddie, man, just for the people, I mean, people, if you've been watching my platform, you've seen the interview. I've had him on twice, man. And I had the great pleasure to give my first interview to my man Natty with the W Number podcast. But for those who don't know, man, and for those who are new, why don't you just tell the people who you are and a little bit about the W Number podcast, bro?
So my name's Matty, bro. I'm the host of the W Number Podcast. The W Number Podcast is quality premium prison content. And I really I'm focusing on, the change, bro. Like going through the worst of the worst, living through the struggle in prisons, in all the
Mm-hmm.
violence, being part of the violence, in the box, going through that, the whole in and out of the box, in and out of the box, spending years and years in DDU, which is segregation, and just, you know, forcing it, and then being able to turn that whole, my whole experience from pain into, you know, um, triumph, turning that
Absolutely.
whole experience into something positive, and changing the W Number podcast, like changing the W number, the number we get, as convicts, into something that, is no longer, a statistical, um you know I forget, I wouldn't even know the word. It just, you're coming from the bottom and you're trying to, overcome something, huge. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And there's so many great stories out there from people who will come out and do all these great things. And I feel like we got to be the ones that shine a light on it. But speaking of prison and being locked up and everything like that, it's the holidays right now, and it could be it's a lot on family, but it's a lot for the people who are locked up, man. Your mind starts to go places. But I got my brother Jojo with me on the phone, live and direct from Shirley Medium Prison. So, Jojo, why don't you just introduce yourself, man, and tell them a little bit about your current situation, right? You're in the hole. You saw class board. Like, get a little bit into that, man. Like the day to day, what's going on in there, bro?
All right, first off, it's Jojo. Obviously, I'm here with Matty, the infamous Matty, well known, good guy over there from in prison and outside of it. And, my big bro, I'm proud of you, man, too, for doing all this. But, box time, Matty's no stranger to box time either, man. It's just, it's always, you get left alone with your thoughts, man. You're in here 21 hours a day by yourself, luckily by yourself, because I couldn't do it with study, but for the most part, man, you try to read. I try to better myself. I mean, when I first started doing whole time, we didn't have these tablets. We didn't have these tablet phones. We didn't have none of it. We was lucky to have a radio, so box time is a lot easier now. You can get a little bit of caffeine and coffee, but day to day, get offered an hour of recreation outside, 2 hours of recreation outside. You get a shower 5 days a week. When I first started it was recreation, I think 5 days a week, showers 3 days a week, back when I first started doing time in prison. Just to kind of back up what Matty was saying, I caught him, about the W number. That W number is the way to dehumanize us, man. It takes away our human identity. It takes away Matty. It takes away Bobby. It takes away Jojo, and you become this number, this type of like cattle almost, this animal, and when people go home, man, that's a beautiful name you put for this podcast, man, because it's overcoming that W number, That's why, like county jails, 49833 was my Middlesex County jail number. Every time I went back, that was my county jail number. That's who I was for them. I was that person. I wasn't that person. I was that number, and that number would never change no matter how many cases I caught. So, overcoming that is when you go home is hard. You start to you get known as that. You know, they don't. You get Parmesano, W98058. When I want my medication, that's what I gotta say. When I want this, that's what I gotta say. You know, like I gotta give them my W number. You know, so
absolutely, and that's a number that sticks with you. I'm sure there's probably not anybody out there who didn't get a W number that didn't remember it, because I've been out since 2011 and I still remember W94033 like off the back. You know what I mean? So, but you've been up to some great things, bro, since you've been in there, man. Why don't you talk a little bit about that in the education and the opportunity you got with that, and kind of how it's a little setback now, but talk a little bit about it.
Okay. So I just received my associate's degree from a dual degree from Tufts University, Buffalo University. Graduated with high honors with a 3.81 GPA. So
proud of you, bro.
Proud of myself for that. I appreciate that, man.
Okay, we got Auntie Lynn is tapping in. She's in the comments. You remember Lynn, right?
Hey, Lynn. How you doing, Lynn? Auntie Lynn, how are you? She's the biggest supporter. I love Auntie Lynn.
The big time. Good, my bad. But yeah, so yep.
It's all good. So I really enjoyed that. That Puppet My Turn program is everything, man. They're gonna help me get out of this. You know, when I get home, they're gonna help me with school, help me with everything. My plan now is hopefully to get over to Norfolk, get into Emerson College, try to get some credit, maybe get a degree out of there. You know, I'm not sure what my long-term plan is when I get home. You know, I'm not sure what parole is going to do, how my sentence is going to change, man. You know, that's a story for another day, man. Yep. You know, you know, there is a plan, man, that I have in order. You know, I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking about maybe venturing out somewhere else to, you know, going to California. You know, I was able from inside prison to meet a beautiful woman named Christina who has really been behind me and has really been able to, like, you know, all those things are tough between us right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
so why don't you talk a little bit about the importance of that, right? Of having people to talk to that are on the outside, bro. You know, I know we talk a lot, but it's good too to have that connection,
especially on the holidays.
Facts.
You know, I've done so much spiritual and deep building work with this woman, and you know, I've also, you know, put a lot on her, and having her just to be able to talk to her, having little bro to be able to talk to, having you guys to be able to talk to, I feel like a burden, even though I know I'm not to y'all. And having someone outside the family, someone in that deep connection with somebody that, you know, really cares for you and that you care for them, and you know, she makes sure every day I got emails to wake up to. She makes sure every day when she can that, you know, I can find a way to have something to eat. You know, she makes sure every day to answer the phone when I call, whether calls are good or bad. She's always there. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, you know, and
absolutely.
Knowing that is huge, you know, like without that I'd be lost, you know, and without my family I'd be lost, you know, and she's part of my family, you know, or hopefully one day she will be, you know.
Yeah, and some people don't even have that, and I'm sure you've seen it, the people who don't even since emails become free and phone calls, man, they just don't even have somebody to call anyway, you know.
No, absolutely. And like I said, I do want to give a big shout out to Christina from California. You know who you are. You know who you are. I do love you, and I am sorry for all the fighting. You know, but this situation puts strain on relationships, and that's something to touch on too. Is, you know, only having limited phone calls, email delays. You know, imagine trying to maintain a conversation like text messages, but it takes anywhere from 6 to 24 hours for an email, and they don't come in order. They're not marked right.
Yeah.
You know, it's the process they make it to have someone come and visit you. They make it so discouraging. Even you were taken off of business for no reason and then not approved again, you know? So
yeah, it was like one of those things, man. I was actually, you know, lucky enough to get the opportunity to go visit you. But then it was like every time you would change a facility, I'd have to reapply, and then they deny me, and then I gotta appeal it, and then it like depends who's in charge over there. You know what I mean? And it's kind of.
Let me ask a question to Jojo.
Go ahead.
Yo, Jojo, what are you looking at right now, bro? What are you looking at right now on the phone? What are you looking at? What are you seeing?
So Bobby, repeat that for me.
He said, "What are you looking at right now on the phone? What are you seeing?"
Right now, I have this big tablet, and it looks like a phone. So this is it's like a Lenovo tablet, big phone. It says connected. It's got a little keypad and a red thing to hit and close. That's it. I'm on a little headphone set, and like it's a phone, but it's in like this big, like secure case that like I can't touch anything inside of it. Yeah, and then I got a small tablet which has like all my music and stuff on, but this has like the books and like this was like maybe when you were in Matty, this was probably the spectrum of the whole tablet or the educational tablet. Now everybody gets one of these.
But you're in the box, right? So are
You're
you in your cell?
You're in the box. You're in the hole right now.
Yeah, I'm in the hole sitting on my bed with headphones on, and I'm looking at a screen. I'm not sitting in my trap like you used to.
Yeah.
Okay,
You got a
my
cellmate? You got a cellmate?
No, he said he don't got a no cellmate. Solar born.
Okay, Solar Born, how you doing?
My bro popping up, man. So Joe, man, so just tell the people like how long you been down and everything like that, man. And
okay.
what's the next move that you're looking forward to? You saw classification today, right? So why don't you get into how long you've been down and then your classification process and what's the next move?
Okay, so January will be 16 years that I'll be down. When I turned 36, if you want to count my DYS time, I had a total of 18 years incarcerated between DYS and state prison and county jail. And then every day after that, I'm in a negative. So I've now spent more time in prison than I have as a free person. And that's including my childhood and everything. And so that is sad, but I will make that up. My next move is hopefully to Norfolk. I want to get back to training dogs, get back to school. I saw a classification board. You know, you go in front of 3 people. They make a vote on where you're going to go. It has a point system. A point system really is irrelevant. They can override you. They can kind of do what they want. I've been on actual security for almost 10 years. Other than coming to Chili Medium because of Concord closing down, I've been dealing with a lot of health problems, and it's kind of rare to hear that I'm an insulin-dependent diabetic, and they've kind of come to recognize that, like, really care for me and give me the care that I need here. So moving me is the best option. Yeah, my time is coming down, so I probably have 2 minutes left, but I got a 20-minute call. So
I know.
That's all good. My next stop is to get to MCI Norfolk, and hopefully, I did get 2 D reports. I have to, those D reports will be resolved. They were dropped down to lesser included offenses because of being able to, they like to overcharge us with stuff, but I'm hoping.
So what is it about Norfolk, right? I've never been to Norfolk, but you hear good things about Norfolk, man. What is it that makes it different, bro? And why do you want to go there?
So it's a community-based and lived environment. They have garden programs. You get a refrigerator, you can get ice cream, they got kitchen nets on the. It's unbelievable, but yeah. I do want to let people know that, because you asked about what's going on. I was able to acquire enough good time to wipe out my entire arm after, and luckily due to a new news.
1 minute left.
That good time is now being able to apply to my sentence as long as I don't go past.
So how many years? So you had just explain the sentence, right? Your sentence, and then how much good time that actually was, and it was like ran retro, right? Because you weren't even at the time you were getting it. You didn't know it would count towards anything. You were just doing it to get something.
No. So pretty much, I got 1,000 days good time to knock off the 4 to 6 year on and after I had. So I turned off enough that I'm done with my day. I will seek parole as soon. I'll be eligible for parole as soon as they put that good time in.
Hey, Jojo, hey, big love, bro. I hope that everything goes all right, bro. I love you, kid. Tell everybody in there I said what's up.
You heard him. Matty said he loves you, man. Good luck with everything in there. Tell everybody he says what's up, bro.
You know that I love y'all, man. It was good to be on here live, man. I can't wait to
Absolutely, bro. And then once you get to Norfolk, man, we'll have you calling as much as you can, bro.
Matty, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. So there
Your
goes a
boy.
20-minute phone call. And I take it you was talking about what happened last month, B Luke. You talking about the interview. Man, sometimes man, don't be afraid to bother me. Bro. I keep it all in my head, man. I gotta start writing stuff down more. I try to get back to everybody when I can. And especially on Instagram, those messages get buried sometimes because even just the people sharing stories, it all goes like to the DMs and everything. But yeah, man, it's not a matter of if, it's when, my guy. And all right, we definitely gonna get you in there for sure, bro. And make sure to hit me back on Instagram and we could get you in the studio for an interview, bro, for sure. Because I think everybody's story has value. Everybody's story is important. Solar Born, you know you're on the panel, right? You're muted. I don't know if you can hear me right now. You can unmute yourself to hop up or whatever the case may
Yo,
be.
Ant
But go
can't
ahead, Matty.
talk. Ant can't talk. We did an interview, right? And yo, he had the best story. So we're talking all this time before we get on, right? As soon as I press record, he's like, he doesn't know what to say because he doesn't want to talk. He feels not right talking about his story. But it's like, told him, like, yo, bro, you got a great story and you can talk. Why, when I press record, you can't talk? He's like, oh, I just don't know I don't know what I should say and what I shouldn't say because he feels like he's ratting, like talking about his
Yeah.
story. And I'm like, bro, you're not telling on anybody, and no one's gonna get in trouble. And
Right, and we're at the age. I mean, I don't know how old Ant is, so let me speak for myself. But I'm at the age where most of the stuff I did is long past
oh
statute of
yeah,
limitations and
yeah,
everything like that too, as well. But I get where you're coming from, and
yeah, I did too.
it's
When
just
I first
you
got
got to
out,
toe
and
the
like,
line a little bit.
yeah, when I first got out, I was always thinking like, damn, man, I want to tell my story. I want to talk about shit, but like I didn't know what I should talk about either because I didn't know as far as like other people being involved. But just don't say their names, say initials. And as long as people can't know who you're talking about, only the people who know the situation personally, and if that's the case, they already know. So it's not like, and unless they tell somebody like, look, this is who he's talking about, which in that case they're putting them out there, not you. But like,
Yeah.
I think that like,
Plus anything you already been convicted of, right? You did your time for
yeah,
that. You can speak on that, double jeopardy, right? But I
right,
get what he's saying. It's a tough line to toe, especially you just want to talk like you would be talking to me and you, but then you got to think at the same time, like, oh damn, that was only 5 years ago. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that, or maybe I
yeah,
should have talked about this or whatever, because that's dismissed with or without prejudice. I know one they can bring back up, right? But
yeah.
I get
I
all
mean,
of
like,
that there.
yeah, you gotta like really be conscious of any type of criminal activity that you have not got caught for and things like that. But as far as your overall story and things that have happened throughout your life,
Yeah, we
this
can speak
is
in general.
right. This is your story. This is your book. This is your life. Turn the page. You could talk about it, be real about it, and not be, and it not be considered, doing the wrong thing in any type of way.
Absolutely. So, Matt, we talking about this is the holiday season, right, man? How many? I'm sure countless, right? Talk about that your average Christmas day in in prison, bro. I mean, I guess from times you're in the box, not in the box. I mean, are you always in the box every Christmas? I mean, what's going on? And I've only spent like a few. You seem to have like double that time, especially in
Yeah,
prison.
so
I only did 4 years upstate, bro. Actually, 3.5 with the good time. And
so
so
I
yeah, tell me a little
did
bit about that.
I did 19 years in prison. Well, that's adult. As a child, I did three different sets of holidays in prison, 3 different years. So I've spent an overall of 21 years behind the wall for the holidays. I've had about two free since I've been 13, legit. And I've got many different holiday stories. I mean, as far back as I can remember, when I was a child, like on Thanksgiving Day, I smacked my psychiatrist the phone and then fought all the staff members in Gauss too. Like, but so like during the holidays, November hits and I'm automatically about to get in trouble. Like I know I could feel it. You get itchy, you start feeling like everybody is a victim to you. Like you're gonna I don't know, man. To me,
Yeah,
I was very reckless around the holidays for whatever reason. As soon as November hit, I felt like, and things start to get decent. Like I'll crash that whole situation. Like I can't have
Yeah.
anything good. You know what I mean? As soon as something good starts happening in my life, I will blow that shit up, dude. Right?
Self-sabotage, right? Sabotage it before.
Yeah.
It's like that's what happens with me too. Sometimes like some things will be going well, and I'm just like, well, looking around the corner for the, after a blessing usually comes a curse, and it's like, but that's like looking at things through the trauma lens. That's PTSD, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy just because of our mindset, because then our actions are going to correlate with our mindset, and the next thing you know, we did it to ourselves, just thinking. So it really does start with the change of the mindset too. And it's just something about the holidays too. It's not only the holidays, it's like the end of a calendar year, right? So it's like, oh, another year. It's like on one end it's kind of good because it's like, okay, another year down,
start fresh,
in the playground, you know what I mean? Another year coming up closer to the release date. But then again, it's like, it's the reflection, like, damn, I just really spent another year in this hellhole. And
man, I remember
sad,
like
bro.
in that I spent a few, like many years actually in DDU, and when I was in DDU during the holidays, and I think like the best thing to look forward to was like a piece of Suboxone. You know what I mean? Like that's really all you can look forward to, is just maybe getting high, or if you're making some booze, getting drunk. And just having the people around you on your tier. If you got a solid group around you on your tier, like you got good dudes on your tier looking out for you, helping you out, you guys can make a meal together, eat together, and kind of share some love with each other. Maybe you got coffee, look out for the next man, and you got an atmosphere of solidarity. I mean, that's the biggest thing, and especially having people out there on the streets you could call and talk to and kind of be included in their celebration, and it makes you feel a little better. But I always kind of like was like, damn, I hate talking to people on the holidays, because like you just hear all the fun they're having, and you're like looking around in your little cell, and you're like, fuck this shit, bro.
Missing out. It was cool too, because the phone, you know how it is trying to get numbers on the phone. And then sometimes if you call a family member at a family event, they pass the phone around, but it's bittersweet at the same time too. It's good to hear from maybe people you haven't heard from in a while, but then you hang up and it's like, man, they all having fun. And as soon as they hang up, they might talk about you for a couple minutes, and then it's like, back to opening the gifts with the kids and all of that. It's just, it feels so forgotten, bro.
Bro. Hell yeah, bro. You can definitely feel like people are moving around in their life without you and shit. But you know what? I don't want them to have to sit around and suffer because I'm in prison. I did my dirt. And I'm in there, and nobody else should have to do a bid but me, because I'm the only one in there. I don't want the system to be winning because my whole family's in prison with me. Like, that's really what happens, is you go to prison and your whole family's in prison with you. The people that love you and care about you, they're with you too. Like, they're doing this with you too, whether they're there in that prison cell or whether they even understand the gravity of your situation. They're still suffering in plenty of ways. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. It's like, it's like knowing somebody that you love is buried alive, pretty much, you know what I mean? Or something like that, or held PO'd up. So, you know what I mean? Something. It's just not a good feeling.
That's a good metaphor.
But at least we get the phone calls though. But it's kind of like how I relate to it a little bit. It's
it's always the women too. It's the women, bro. Like our women, all the girlfriends, the moms, the sisters. Like, I mean,
shout out to my dad. My dad did his own time and everything. Like, he's not a big letter dude. He's not a big, e-bill guy. I mean, he'll talk on the phone and stuff like that. He was probably one of the few visits I had. Him and my stepmom, but especially people who never been locked up too. I used to kind of resent some of my friends. Like, oh, why don't you write me, bro?
Yeah, look out.
They don't know what it's like, man. You can't. It's a lot to expect, but when you do get that love, it's super appreciated for sure. Like,
hell yeah, bro.
I appreciate that tenfold, though.
Bro, it feels so good, especially if like it's someone you haven't heard from in so long, and then you get that letter in the mail and that you weren't expecting.
The Christmas cards. Like, we'll talk a little bit about it now, because in my days we got the Christmas cards. Now what? Everything's photocopied.
Yeah, they photocopy your mail. Yep, they photocopy your mail. They fucking so if you get a card, it's just a piece of paper with both sides of the card photocopied onto it. I mean, it'll be colored, but it sucks because a big part of it is you don't get as many drugs, right? You know, and everybody in there is trying to get high. Let's not fucking fool ourselves, bro. Dudes
Yeah.
want to get fucking high on the holidays. You're fighting going to the hole and getting high on the holidays. That's really what it is. I mean, like, you see more fights, more violence on the holidays in there because everybody's so pissed off. Number one, the COs come in there and they act like it's your fault that they're
Right.
pissed off on the holidays because they have to work or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck it
yeah,
is, bro.
they get the bullshit shift, right? Because maybe
Yeah.
they're a rookie or something,
Yeah.
you know, 10 years, whatever it is, you know.
But they're choosing to do that overtime, bro. They're choosing that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody forced you to sign up for that job.
Man. Yeah, man. These motherfuckers.
Go be a
getting paid
teacher if you
big
don't want to work
bucks.
holidays. Be a teacher. You don't get the summer off, bro.
They get to wear the "I walked the toughest beat in Massachusetts" t-shirts, bro. Like,
That's a real t-shirt.
that is a real t-shirt. And DDU, they have their own t-shirts that say, "I walked the toughest beat in Massachusetts."
So what does that imply? Does that mean they're tough themselves because they walk amongst the tough guys?
I guess so. Yeah.
It's a weird thing to highlight, you know, but I guess, you know.
But you know,
I don't know. Sure.
shout out to the COs that come into work and treat dudes with respect and dignity.
Yeah, or at least if you're gonna be somebody, be that same person every day. Keep that energy. I respect the ones that are a-holes 24/7 because you know what you're getting, right?
That
you know, you're not
key.
Yeah, the consistency. It's like, okay, I know Jonesy going around doing can't count. I better make sure I stand because he's not playing for that every day, whatever it may be. Where it's like you got other COs where it's like they're all buddy. They want to talk sports to you, and then you know they get it from the superiors where it's time to whatever it is. It's time to tighten up a little bit, and now they're cutting your line down, your laundry line. That's like, yo, this been up every day for the last 8 months on your shift. It's never been an issue. Today it's an issue. Like.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that
for sure.
They on the holidays, especially like that's when you see this
19-20 people in the building. Thank y'all for tuning in. The comments, everybody like that. My bad to interrupt you, Matty, but get them.
No shit, man. We're here, bro. We're fucking, we're bouncing ideas off each other and just
absolutely
shit about cops and shit. That's what this is all about. Fuck the pigs. Fuck the pigs. Fuck you bitch ass motherfuckers.
But yo, man, speaking of bouncing back, man, right? Because what does a handball do off that wall? The handball bounces back. I'm trying to put together.
It gets smacked in the face. Yeah, for a living.
I'm getting the beginning stages. Anybody who knows how to put together events, I shared my little thing on Instagram. I didn't have enough signatures or whatever the case may be. I never set up an event and try to run the permit through the city, but I want to do a handball tournament in around May time. Summertime, but if you want to be involved, if you got handball skills, probably do a 2-on-2 tournament, 1v1s and all of that. But I just more anybody out there who knows how to like pull permits and get vendors or whatever. I think I just I mean, you think that'd be a good idea, man? A little handball tournament, a DJ, whatever. We can have somebody with some mufungos and stuff.
Yo, dude.
Like,
hey, but the only thing is,
but listen, this is a peaceful event. Keep the street stuff in the streets. Keep that stuff out there, man. If you want to come and have some fun, that's what we're about.
Just because I'm gonna win everything, don't get mad, bro. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I'm sure I've seen some good handball players out there, man. So you might win, you might lose. I've seen some good people. I'm sure everybody says they're the best. You got to have that attitude going into it. Are you a righty or lefty? Or you play with both?
What is this? Okay. What hand is this? You can't even tell.
That looks like you're right from here, but I don't know.
It is. It's my right. I didn't know if you were gonna be able to tell. I was just gonna make you confused for a couple minutes before I told you.
I mean, it's a 50-50 shot, bro.
Yeah, you got
right to the left. Right. But yo, do you remember? Because I don't remember. You have to refresh in my memory. What's the Christmas meal in the Massachusetts Department of Correction from your memory? Do you remember what it is they serve at Chow?
Yeah, they serve a rubber tire dyed tin and no, it's turkey. It's fucking, they'll give you mashed potatoes. Some years they got some good shit, bro. Like I remember one year they had a thing for Christmas. It was a whole tray of each person it was like 6 cinnamon rolls with your own drizzle that you could drizzle on top of it. And I was trying to eat so many people's, right? And I got it stuck in my throat. So I'm trying to swallow it while I had it stuck in my throat. So I'm like throwing up. and I'm trying to eat it more, and I'm like, yo, this is bad, bro, right? I was throwing up on my tray and shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
there's some good stuff sometimes.
see, like, yo, I was the dude like locked up where it's like, I'll give you my dessert for your fucking greens. Like, I was so dialed in on trying to just eat right and all that stuff. Like, let me get your green beans, bro. I'll give you my freaking cake. They're like, hell yeah, you know what I mean?
Yo,
And then some people
anything
didn't eat that
healthy.
stuff.
Fact,
It's
anything
tough,
healthy, you could
bro.
get double, triple portions of all of that shit. You know what I mean? You
Yep.
don't even have to trade for it. Guys ain't even eating it.
Right. The 3-bean salad or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that shit was actually pretty good. The 3-bean
That wasn't
salad.
bad, bro.
I liked
Yep.
it. 3-bean salad.
That
Oh
wasn't bad. I
shit.
remember in Billerica, they had, I don't know if it was through the church or whatever, they would bring us these little I don't know, care packages. We get like a fresh pair of socks, like deodorant that you normally couldn't buy in the canteen. And you know, you get that on Christmas and people will hold it till like the following summer. So it's like exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Especially in county, people are coming and going. You know what I mean? You get like,
Where?
yo, where you get the so like you get a free deodorant on Christmas, you hold on till summer and people will give you $10 for it, whatever,
Yeah.
because nobody else. It's just like something. I don't know what it is in there. It's like people gotta have what you can't get, right?
Right.
If
Yeah.
there's an
Anything
item that comes,
exclusive. Even the
yeah,
socks,
it's
you know,
just
like they come around with the little
like a
brown bag
status
with the
symbol or something.
socks. The
Mm-hmm.
socks are like the best socks in the joint. Like you get the nicest, comfiest socks on Christmas when you get that little brown bag. I mean, that's about the best thing. And the nuns, yeah, the nuns do. They come in and they hand out those little packages. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. The tube of toothpaste, Ivory sold pair of socks. But
Yep.
yeah, like so you get all that shit, and sometimes they'll come and sing Christmas carols and shit if you're in the county. But in upstate in the max, they don't do a damn thing like really for you. But I gotta actually peel off, Bobby, so I could do my recording tonight. I'm making a recording, and the video I'm making is about how the biggest, loudest, toughest dudes are always the
Yep.
biggest bitches, bro. Yeah, so
I mean, I mean, most of the time, but I seen an instance where it wasn't the case. But
yeah,
a
there
lot of
is
times,
those outliers. Yeah, the ones you're like, yeah, he must be a bitch, and then you're like,
and then he wiped down the supposed boxer twice or whatever.
yeah,
Dude could have come out, yeah, come out himself for a week. He lost his library job and everything, but and he
not
was
the
a big loud
library
motherfucker,
job.
but he fucking tore him up. But nah, I get
Yeah,
what you're saying. A lot of time it's the peacocking, right? It's
the
it's the
big
defense
dudes.
mechanism, right? It's the
Yeah, never
getting
had to
big for the
fight.
bear, right? You got to hold, you know what they say, get tall or something. Hold the
Yeah,
broomstick up so you seem big. Yeah, I get it, bro.
yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in, bro.
Hey, everybody in the chat, man, throw your boy Bobby some love, bro. He's the guy who he started doing this
Appreciate
first, man. He was the first guy in Massachusetts to really hit the pavement and fucking crush shit and,
you. I
put us on the
appreciate you.
map. He gave me my inspiration. So shout out to
That's what I
Bobby
love.
in the Bounce Back podcast and everybody in the chat. I love you guys. Lynn, Lewis Alves, great dude. See that. Good looks for that big donation you gave to Bobby, $20, bro. That shit was fire.
Yeah,
Bobby,
thank you so much. Means the world.
yeah, word. Greg, all you guys, you guys, hey, show Bobby some love. Ignorant. Yeah, man, show Bobby some love, bro. He's a good ass dude, bro. Real, like on some real shit. Like even when we're not on YouTube, like he stays the same all the time. Always positive. I try to get him turned up and like talking negative. You can't do it. Can't do it. But anyways, bro, right? Salute. I love you guys, bro. I love you, Bobby, bro. I'll
Salute,
talk to
bro.
you
Love
later,
you,
all right?
kid. Take it easy, man. So that's the boy, right? That's my boy Matty right there, man. Make sure, y'all. I'm sure like we got a lot of the same people, but make sure you guys go subscribe to the W Number podcast, man. And I love what he's doing, man. I love to see it. I love to see the people motivated. I love to see people trying new things, keeping an open mind. Let me just make this phone. I'm trying to get somebody else to come up here right now. My boy Bronco, man. I had him in the studio. We recorded an episode, but he wanted to talk about some more things. So just give me a second. Yeah. Yo, my call been forwarded. I sent him the link and everything like that, man. And yeah, it was good. My brother called in, man. I'm glad he got to see classification today. And just sitting in the box for 4 months, whatever the case. However long it's been on some BS, man. It kind of messed everything up that he was doing. He got his associate's degree. Obviously, fall comes around. He should have been back in the class, but it's prison, it's jail. Things happen. Even if it's not your fault, things happen. But hopefully it's a blessing in disguise because Shirley Medium sucks from what I hear. especially with him being a diabetic, the healthcare is got bold, right? He told me when he would see the other diabetics that was in Shirley Medium, a lot of times they were missing, a finger or a toe. You know what I mean? Like we gotta do better. We gotta do better with the healthcare in prison and stuff. So Norfolk, class to Norfolk. So that'll be he's been pretty much every other spot, man. He deserves a chance. He's been in 15, it's going on 16 years now. He's actually, he's trying to, become a better man every day, and he's educating himself. So, free Jojo, man. Get him the hell out of that hole and get him. These people, it's just messed up. He's like at the mercy of somebody who doesn't want to sign a waiver, man. He's just been sitting in there buried. But at least he got the category dropped to a better category where he's able to at least hit Norfolk, because you know what, let's be honest, nobody wants to go to the max. Nobody wants to go to the max. From what I'm hearing up there too, they're keeping you there. They're doing whatever they can to keep you there. They're giving you BS tickets right when you're on your way out the door just to keep you. They want to keep that place full. And if people ain't acting up and people actually trying to better themselves, and they're not acting up in these mediums and getting involved with all sorts of stuff, then there's not going to be no beds in the MAC. So they got to keep those people there. They even made classification unit there. So that should tell you right there that, they got a unit to be able to do that now. So, it is what it is, but it's a tough time of year. If you got people locked up, make sure you're answering their phone calls. The emails are free. Everything's free now, man. Send a little card. It goes a long way, man. It really goes a long way. And I also, man, while I'm up here, I might as well, I want to thank everybody. I just put out the 100th episode, believe it or not, 100 episodes the other day, man. And, I guess some of them are part 1, part 2, but we cruising in the triple digits now. And I couldn't have done it and wouldn't have done it if I didn't get all the support that I've gotten from you guys. Obviously, the guests, right? I could talk, but nobody, there's only so long people want to hear me talk, right? I get sick of hearing myself talk, right? Sometimes. And that's how sometimes I know I'm my mother's son when I don't shut up, man. Shout out to Robin. But yeah, 100 episodes deep, man. And it's just hearing Matty say that it's motivation for him. Hearing him say that's motivation for him. And I've had people even stop me on the streets and like, yo, you're motivating me to get my stuff together. That's what I do it for, man. Because I just know a bunch of amazing people, but it's like, you got to do something with that. Do something with your God-given talent, right? Do something with your superpower. You might not even know what your superpower is because you're so close-minded. It's so important to be open-minded because God gives us all a gift, right? Some people, it's the gift of gab. Some people got great genetics physically. Some people super smart, retain information. Like whatever the gift is, you have it. You just may not know about it because you're stuck in this box of trying to be this or trying to be hood or trying to be a hustler or, whatever it is. But it's like, try some new things. And you might never know, something might come so easy to you where like your first time trying it, you're in that flow state, right? That's what I think Kobe, a few people have used that term, KG, the flow state, where it's just like you're dialed in, tunnel vision, you're moving off of reactions. And it's like, you got to find what you like. You got to have fun. Everybody's so miserable out there. And I get it. Life is tough. Life is tough and it's easy to be miserable, but don't forget to have fun along the way. Don't forget to have yourself some fun and don't forget to try new things because next thing you know, you could be the next, who knows? Who knows? Like the sky really is the limit, man. And think outside of the box and feed off of other people, man, and pass that energy off. So I just want to say thank everybody for 100 episodes of the Bounce Back. We're going on. This is about the 2-year mark, man. And I'm not even going to lie. I went into this willing to put in at least like a couple years before I could even get 1,000 or get monetized. I'm like, you know what? This is purposeful enough. This is therapeutic enough for me to do, even if nobody's watching, right? Even if it's just me and my guest, we're in here chatting. I get enough off of that. And I know my guest does too. Dumping the trauma, come dump your trauma on B. That's fine. Like, the views are gonna be what it's gonna be, right? They're up and down. That's not really in the views ain't in your control, right? But I could control how often I drop. I could control how much time I take editing and how thorough I am. Like, you gotta focus on the things you could control, bro. You gotta focus on that and not stress about what you can't. Don't stress about what you can't control too, man. And yeah, so I thank everybody for that. And I'm looking forward to 2025, man. I want to do a lot more lives, man. So open panel. Like, I know a lot of people. Like, let's get these lives lit for the town. Let's get these lives lit for the state. Let's do the biggest panel, Boston, Massachusetts, New England panel we could get. I don't even care if you got beef with another guy. I mean, we're going to be doing it remotely. So you want to argue and all that. Like, whatever, just don't let it bleed over to the streets. But we could debate many topics. We could talk about all the great talent we got out here. We could talk about, like, man, shout out to Rex DePalma. My guy's doing a movie. He's looking for Boston talent, Boston actors, Boston people, right? He's looking for Boston, like, now's the time. He's trying to shine a light. So make sure you go to Reign Supreme Entertainment, man. ReignSupreme.world. I think it is. I'll drop the link, man. I already put it out there anyway. If you want to be on screen, you want to be a movie star, kid, like, get in there. This is going to be so fire. I just love to see Massachusetts. You know, I want to see us win, man. I want to see everybody win, man. A rising tide lifts all boats, bro. A rising tide lifts all boats. So stop trying to hate on that other guy that may be doing more than you, more numbers than you, because a lot of times it's like we want what that other person wants. We want what that man wants, but we don't want to put the work in. We want the results, but we don't want to put the work. It don't work like that. It's math, not magic, people. You're going to get out of something what you put into it. Like, your output is in direct correlation with the input. If you're not putting enough in, don't expect much out of it, man. And just, you know, have fun with it. But 2025 is coming up. I'm so excited, right? Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I'm trying to get up to 10K subs on YouTube. The fact that I'm at where I'm at now, 9.5, all the glory to God. Thank you so much. All the fans out there supporting, everybody who's been along for the ride. I appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without y'all, man. And I wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Right now, I'm going to say it. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, too. You know, the other holidays do matter. Kwanzaa, it all matters. I don't know why we can't say Merry Christmas, because that matters too. But so doesn't Kwanzaa, so doesn't these other holidays. Don't be ashamed of it, man. What up, YouTube streets up in his house, man? Make sure you guys go subscribe to the YouTube streets, man. They do a lot of big things over there. They got a lot of big names that pull up on the panel. And what they do over there, it's an inspiration for what, you know, trying to do over here, at least in like a map. They got, like, they're nationwide. I mean, they got people everywhere too. They're like international. The panel that they have, AZ Ruction. Come on, plugger. You know, Boston. They got people from all over the country. And like, let's do that here. Let's get the biggest Boston, Massachusetts, New England panel. And let's put our minds together and let's make something beautiful happen. Let's have people look at our city, because there's a lot here. There's a lot of smart people here. And I'm not just talking about Harvard, because we know about Harvard, smart. But I'm telling you, someone who cuts through Harvard almost every day, them people got zero common sense, zero social etiquette. They're book smart, and that's about it, man. For real, man. They're intelligent, but they're smart, but that's about it. They got no street smarts. They got no social etiquette, a lot of them. And a lot of them turn into beef. A bunch of assholes, bro. You know what I mean? So it's all good when they take up the whole sidewalk with their little tours. Like, I'm gonna call out the ignorance. They're taking up the whole sidewalk with the tours. I'm moseying my way through. Excuse me. Wow, that's ignorant. Take up the whole sidewalk. Why don't you? That's just me. Always been that way. That's your motherfucking welcome to Boston, right? Welcome to the bass and the mass holes. But that's really what that is, bro. And so with the new year coming up, it's a time to reflect, right? And that's what we're doing here. I'm reflecting on the year. I mean, we still got the month of December, so there's still money to be got this year. Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about the money that's here now, bro. And we got to get that in the work that has to be done this year. But let's stop planning for the next year. let's stop planning for the next year, man. I want to get as many people involved with this as possible. I'm trying to do more in the community. Let's get like a handball tournament. Let's get the heads together. Let's have fun. Let's compete. A healthy competition. Constructive criticism, right? Let's all constructively criticize one another. And yeah, man, I'm probably gonna just kind of leave it at that for now. It's kind of had two lives. I was reacting to the one, but I was having technical difficulties. I'm having trouble seeing exactly what's going on right there, but I forgot I could pull up the comments on my phone. Oh, Lynn Mass in the build. Yeah, Lynn Mass in the building, man. I just did an interview last night with my guy Bronco. Did some Fed time and everything like that. And he has a great story, man. Great bounce back story. You're gonna have to wait until there, but I'm gonna put out a couple of shorts, man. Big shout out to Lynn Mass, big shout out to Essex County, Middlesex, everybody, man. But big shout out to everybody who's locked up behind the walls for the holidays. If you've been behind there, you know how it is, you know how it can be. And if you got people, man, just don't forget about them. Please don't forget about them. Please don't forget about them. If you ever been locked up and people didn't forget about you, please love them, hug them. All of that, bro. And I guess on that note, man, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna start going live more. I had a lot of personal things going on this year, right? But I'm growing and we fighting through it, and things are getting better. And that's it. That's all we could do. We gotta be better. Don't be bitter. Why be bitter when you could be better, bro? On that note, man, guys, it is what it is. Remember, what's next? That's what you make it. I gotta answer this phone call. The line's buzzing. Yo, I gotta go though. Peace out, man.